Kat Witherspoon.
And I'm Cassie DeLaura. Welcome back to Excuse Me with Kat and Cassie.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
We had to do some rebranding for the network, and we decided that with the direction that we were taking with the show, it makes sense.
It makes sense, and it's with Kat and Cassie, and it fits and it flows well.
It's with Kat and Cassie.
Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and segue into today's topic. Yeah. And today we will be discussing
what is the weirdest thing a guy or a girl has ever said to you.
Yeah.
I have been stumped all week trying to figure out what the weirdest thing a guy has ever said to me.
So you get creeped out easily?
Oh, one comment and
really?
I get very creeped out easily.
I'm not a get creeped out easily kind of girl because I realize I'm like prone to say anything crazy. I think it's not.
Well, there's a difference between crazy and creepy.
I may say something strange or anything. What do you consider creepy?
Just weird comments. Like one guy said to me one time, it was via text message, and he was saying like something about like you're my like dream or something like. Dream girl, dream something. I was like, I am nobody's anything.
And you got creeped out about
And I got creeped out about it because the way, maybe
you must have never been an ugly duckling child. Quack, quack. I'm really big on how people treat other people. So I don't like a guy that has like this mega macho, exterior, and then like, they actually act on it. And I don't like guys that are like, oh, I cannot stand a cheap man.
Oh my gosh, that just brings me, oh my God, this just brings me to a whole nother segment. Can't even stop me like, put your credit card away, anything like that. Thank you.
That creeps me out. A guy who's not well dressed, not well mannered, who's not polite. And you don't necessarily have to be chivalrous, but you have to at least be gentlemanly. Here, come sit down.
Come sit down. Just join us in the middle of the segment.
Join us. Okay. We got a man in the building.
We got a man. Oh my gosh. We didn't realize that.
You smell good.
I do.
Thank you.
Excuse me?
Hey, what's up?
It's a raining man, child. Hallelujah, honey. All right, so here's the question.
What is the weirdest thing a girl has ever said to you? For our segment this week, we're talking about what the weirdest thing a guy has ever said to us.
Oh my God.
Like the weirdest thing that you're just like,
no,
relax.
Wow.
What's the weirdest thing a girl has ever said to you?
When I was probably 15 or 16, I dated this girl. And she called me one night and was like, I have something I need to tell you. And I was like, I thought it was going to be like something I did. I was getting in trouble. Then she was like, my family are pagans. I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, they like worship idols and like all these crazy things and everything. And I was like, why are you telling me this?
There's this one guy from my hometown who's like notorious for creeping on girls, but like to an extreme level. Like girls from like towns over know who he is. When I remember the first time he creeped on me, I was in 8th grade. And he was
what did he say?
He's been creeping since the 8th grade.
He's really
Does his
intense.
mama know?
He was really incessant with it. Like he would always be like, "Why aren't you responding? Like, do you want to sneak out? Why don't you sneak out with me? Why don't you want to talk to me?" And it would just like be these incessant conversations with every girl he tried to talk to.
Guys, have something. Can I bring up?
Yes,
my phone?
yes.
Okay.
I know. I literally had to go through my text message.
Okay, do you play soccer? Because you seem like a keeper. He was not. You know what you're being for Halloween because you should be mine.
I actually think that's awesome. But what's like
really
a turn off for you as a guy?
Oh, probably when like unkindness. It sounds lame, but I knew this girl and like her whole thing was she's like, oh, I'm not a bitch, I'm just real. Like I'm not a bitch, I'm just real. It's like, well, like by saying that you're kind of are. You know?
So how's your dating life?
It sucks.
And why?
I don't know. I just don't understand men. Or they don't understand me.
Really?
Same.
Like, I don't get them.
What I think is like one of the hardest things like today is that like so many like people when they're starting off in a relationship, it's this weird game of like who's like the least into it. You know what I mean?
God,
it's like if you win the game, then like you probably end up like not seeing each other.
Exactly.
So,
At one point in my life, I was kind of thinking with this girl, right? And in the same
Thingin'.
And
Okay.
in the same conversation, and I wish I still had the texts to prove it. She said that I was like her brother, but at the same time, she said like I don't know, like she said a bunch of romantic stuff. And, like, it's just I couldn't really figure
After
out what
that,
she wanted.
no.
That's over.
If you're interested in a guy, you're gonna be careful not to tell him that.
He's my best friend. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't call him my best friend, like my besties, because guys are like creeped out by that. Am I right?
Well, a little bit. You know,
I think you should have a foundation of friendship. Do you
Yeah.
agree?
Oh,
I agree.
absolutely.
A
Perfectly.
strong friendship,
Perfectly.
but not
agree.
BFFs or besties.
Well, I just don't think that's any way to start a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
Well, as friends or besties?
BFFL.
Both.
So you don't think you should start off a
No,
relationship as
friends
Friends
is good.
first.
Yeah.
But he can't be my BFF. Like, we can't
Yeah.
be BFFs.
I don't think BFF is any way to get things going.
And that's your
off
turn
the
off.
ground.
From a guy.
Yeah, I just
Don't call me your brother or your bestie.
Yeah,
Don't
call
call.
me your brother or bestie.
Don't call a guy brother or bestie.
That'll definitely.
You're like a
get me
brother
thinking.
to me.
Yeah, that's not gonna work for me.
Wow, we've had a really deep, intense conversation today.
We've gone from talking about genetically modifying children to marriage to
what creeps you out? I
To
gave
what
love
creeps you
advice
out,
to being a friend
to
being
turn
a bestie.
offs
I know, right?
to pickup lines, bad pickup lines.
I love
We've covered it all today.
I think we have.
We have to
Awesome.
make sure to say, tune into Syracuse Unpeeled, our latest episode. We just filmed it this past week. We interviewed Cameron Lynch, and he and I played a really fun game of a Russian egg roulette. So make sure you tune in to Syracuse Unpeeled. Yeah.
And it's been a wrap, guys. Thank you
It's been
again.
a wrap.
Bye.
Bye. As you're walking, what's the weirdest thing a girl's ever said to you?
I love you.
Because I'm happy.
If you feel
Happiness is the truth.
It literally looks like a bat, but it's like slightly cuter.
Oh, it's an animal.
But it flies. But people get it as like pets.
Oh, a sugar baby?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like a man with a skirt.
If you see us on the street, you better run. Because you bet your little butt that we are going to come up to you and ask you, excuse me, excuse me.
Sound like Mary
No,
Poppins, so
I
just
do
a
not
spoonful
sound
of
like
sugar, darling.
just a spoonful of sugar.
This is Cassie Uncut.
No, we're saying you have to give us a
Give
shout
her-
out. Like,
Wave. Okay. He did it in his heart, child. He did it in his heart.
we were joking around. It's okay.
We love you.
Wow.